All right, let's get into it. ADV 160. Absolutely perfect bike for Southeast Asia, I think. I don't think it, man. I know it. I've been on a lot of bikes. My whole life. I started riding when I was, 5 or something. My first motorcycle, my grandpa made from a bunch of shit in the garage. Had a Briggs & Stratton, fucking 0.23 horsepower something or other in it. Anywho, I barely remember it. I just remember burning my leg on it in the field. So, from then going up doing motocross, my dad rode, brothers rode, everybody rode. And very few points in my life have I not even had a motorcycle. This is an absolute experience driving here, going from the United States. I've instructed, taught the BRC1, BRC2, advanced street skills, all of that jazz. Very involved in the motorcycle scene over there. I think my longest trip here has been, excuse me. I think my longest trip here has been about 300 kilometers from Cagayan de Oro to Davao here, where I'm at now. And it took 7 hours. Probably did about, I'd say I averaged about 45 kilometers an hour. A lot of twisties, a lot of traffic, but I picked it up to 80, 90K when I could. But anyways, let's talk about the ADV, man. This bike, I'm telling you, miles per miles. It's very high. The SPM on this bike is just amazing. Very rarely have I got off this bike and just thought, wow, that was a long ride. I ain't riding for a while. I go 2 or 3 days without riding and I'm missing it. The riding position is fantastic. I mean, listen, I've been on a lot of bikes. You get on the night train, with some baby apes or something, and you're doing yoga. The Goldwing, I'm not even going to talk about the Goldwing. I mean, it's the best bike ever made. So I'm going to skip that one. You get a road glide with 14-inch apes. Your arms go numb at mile 80. For me, mile 40. This bike right here, it wasn't until about week 2 that I realized my arms do not go numb on this bike. They just don't. I've only had to shake out a couple of times the whole time I've owned this. I got about 2,000 miles on it, 3,500K or something. But it's just a fantastic bike. The riding position, the lean angle, the geometry on this thing is super twitchy. It is really specifically designed for Southeast Asia. Cutting in and out of traffic, all these tight streets. And it's got the power to back it up. Of course, 160 sounds small everywhere else actually only in America and Europe, but maybe Canada. But anyways, 160, it's got enough juice to get you going. I'm sorry, I gotta pay attention here. I don't like getting treed at these lights. Get ran over by a fucking jeepney. I only have really a couple of rules here. One rule is don't die. That's really my main goal. Rule number 2 is you got to be fast enough to not get hit by a jeepney, and you got to be slow enough to not hit a jeepney. So, because they don't really give a fuck. Don't ride in anybody's blind spot here. And I've never used my mirrors more than anywhere else in the world either. I've ridden in a few, several different countries, but I am constantly in my mirrors here because people just come up on you. Anyways, riding position, lean angle, geometry. The motor's fantastic. It's got plenty of power. Very rarely do I get treed at the light. I'm always first out. It's quick. There's a couple of adjustments I want to make, but I ain't gonna pimp it out. I'm gonna do the clutch thing like most everybody does, and get it a little bit quicker, but off the light. But yeah. So price point, I picked this thing up, and I cheated because to buy a new one over here, you have to wait. I wasn't a resident yet. Even when you are a resident, to get it registered, I think there's like a month wait. You can't ride the thing. So I bought one that was like 7 minutes old. The dude bought it, put like $2,000 on it or something, and want to get rid of it. So it's already registered. It's registered until March of next year. And I paid 150, I think right around 150,000 pesos, just over, so under $3,000 for it. And I mean, listen, for under $3,000, there has not, I've never rode anything under $3,000 that makes me giggle like this motherfucker. I mean, it is a giggle factory. For $3,000 in the States, I mean, you might get a clapped out old Honda Shadow, if you can even get that, but, old beat up GSX-R or something, I don't know. But, it is just a fantastic bike. Oh, here we go. All right. Gotta get in where you fit in. Mirror check. I don't use my blinkers all that much, but damn sure at night when it's raining, I want people to let people know. We'll discuss riding in the Philippines at a later date. Every expat I've talked to has had an experience riding in the Philippines, and I'm going to tell you right now, it is an experience. And if you think you're going to come over here and get on a fucking bike and go tooling around, you might want to check yourself before you wreck yourself, because it's a trip over here. I've been riding my whole life, and I'm just waiting to crash. That's it. I'm just waiting to fucking crash. But people be pulling out in front of you and stuff. I mean, they just do whatever they want. There's kind of no rules, which, if you're into that, you're into that. I am. I like it. I get to do whatever the fuck I want. Traffic's bad, I jump on the fucking sidewalk. I usually wait till someone else does it, just so I'm not the only one. I'll jump on the sidewalk, scoot around traffic. Typically I can shave, anything under 5 kilometers, I can shave 5 minutes off that bitch from Google Maps, no problemo. Sorry. Hope no cops are watching. Oh, here's Jesse James fucking figure eight, so god damn it. Woo! Get it, son! Wanna steal a horse out? Anyways, they do have traffic lights here. Sometimes. They're hella long. So the ADV. Yeah, great bike. Fuel efficient. Actually, it's the first time I've looked at my fuel in like 3 days. It's so fuel efficient that I fucking run out all the time. I mean, I haven't actually physically ran out, but I'll just be cruising on. I look down and the thing will be flashing. I'm like, oh shit. That's something I'm not used to, going from big bikes in the States. Harleys, they get 35 miles a gallon? I don't know, something like that. I've had plenty of Harleys, street glides, road glides, everything. Even the wing, the gold wing is, it gets 40, 45 max. I think that, however big the tanks are, 7 gallon or something. But this thing has a pretty big tank for the size of bike it is, and it lasts a really long time. I think I filled up once or twice on that 275 300K, and that was only because I was worried about running out in the middle of nowhere, because I was in the woods, son. I was deep in the province, up in the mountains. So every time I saw a gas station, I hit it. Yeah, so this is the ride home, basically, from my chick's work. I take her to work and pick her up. She works nights, of course. She's a call center girl, as most girls are here in the PI. And so I take her to work and pick her up. Unless it's raining, then brother calls a cab. I ain't trying to run around these roads when it's raining. Night is hard enough for me. Shit, I'm old. I'm 50, but night is bad enough for me. But night and raining, it just got done raining too, so it's a little moist. It's a little moist out. This road's rough. I'm sorry for the, you get the true Filipino fucking experience on this road. Yeah, I don't know, it's 4 or 5K to my chick's work, 15-minute rip, no traffic. Yeah, let's see. I don't know, how far are we into this? Maybe I'm lying. Yeah, 11:20. Yeah, long ride. But yeah, so yeah, at the end of the day, man, I looked at a lot of bikes because I wasn't really on a budget, but you know, I ain't balling American style, so I didn't want to spend too much money on a bike. So I looked at, you know, I rented bikes when I was here last. I rented the XRM 125, fantastic little bike. I mean, if you only got 70,000 pesos and you just want to get on the road, the XRM's perfectly adequate. But it didn't have the low carrying capacity I was kind of looking for. I knew that at some point, the whole reason I moved to the Philippines, there was going to be a backpack, you know, and plus I carry a lot of shit when I'm solo, and I knew I wanted that extra suspension was the main thing. So I bit the bullet. I spent the 3K, and it honestly, it's been the best money I think I've ever spent. This bike is just fantastic, especially for these shit roads, and you know, which it is what it is. I don't mind them. They don't bother me. I quite enjoy riding out here. Sometimes I just fucking make a left when I should have made a right and just ride. I've gone an hour or two doing that. These streets are a trip, man. They're really awesome. You come around a lot of sari stores and little restaurants, and I don't know, it's just fantastic riding out here. But let me close this thing down. I'm going to check the audio. I'm going to check the video, see how this video looks. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.